Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's event from India on the occasion of the 20th anniversary of the Indian IOC MOU, which is an MOU signed between the states in the Indian Ocean and Southeast Asia. India has been a signatory of this MOU for quite a while and has been conducting quite a bit of activities with regards to sea turtle conservation as well as research and outreach in the entire country. At the outset, most of the work that is done in India is overseen by the Ministry of Environment and Forests and Climate Change, and all sea turtle species are already under the Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act, which was formed in 1972, which means all sea turtle species in Indian waters receive the maximum protection of any wildlife in the country. The ministry also has its state agencies, which is the state departments of environment and forests, who undertake any site specific activities in the different regions where sea turtles are found to nest and forage. There are 5 sea turtle species that are known from Indian waters, and only 4 are known to nest on the Indian coast. Almost every coastal part of the Indian mainland, as well as the oceanic islands in Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar Islands, host several sea turtle nesting sites. The most common of all nesting species is the olive ridley, and India also hosts 2 of the large mass nesting or Aribada nesting sites on the east coast of the country in Odisha at Kahir Mata, which is a marine national park, and the Rushikulya Rookery. A minor mass nesting site has recently been discovered in the Andaman Islands at Cuthbert Bay. Now, that makes India an important region for the olive ridley populations globally. Apart from the olive ridleys, the second most common and important sea turtle population found in the region are of the leatherbacks. Currently, leatherbacks are known to nest only in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and the largest nesting ground is known from the Nicobar Islands at Galathea. There have been several agencies that have been involved in monitoring the sea turtle nesting numbers all across the Indian coast in collaboration with the state environmental agencies. These includes research bodies, NGOs, which are both international, national, as well as grassroots NGOs. Finally, the third most common species that are found in India is the green turtle, which is known to nest on the mainland coast in Gujarat, as well as the Lakshadweep Islands and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. But most importantly, a very large foraging population is found in the Lakshadweep Islands. With this vast diversity of foraging and nesting grounds found along the Indian coast, there has been a lot of interest in the conservation and outreach with regards to sea turtles in the entire country. Now, this is done in collaboration with the government agencies. Today, on our event, we would like to bring together a few items that we have collated, starting with 3 short documentaries produced by Dusty Food Production, which will tell you the stories about the research, conservation programs and outreach that happens with regards to the olive ridley turtles, the leatherback turtles and the green turtles in India. This will be followed by an introduction to an online repository that has been made available, which contains information on all reports, manuals, outreach materials, which includes pamphlets, booklets and other reading material, as well as other popular articles in a website which is being hosted by Dakshin Foundation, called seaturtlesofindia.org. And finally, we would like to welcome you all to a new online event and exhibition that has been put together in collaboration with WWF India office, Dakshin Foundation and Aradhana Shade. This exhibition is known as Aribada, or the other name for mass nesting, and this brings together stories of sea turtle conservation and research and individuals who worked in the country in an online platform where you can read about the different stories surrounding sea turtles that have come out of India and the individuals who played an important part around it. I hope you have a nice time, and I hope to see you visiting our websites in the future. All the best. Bye.
Did you know, every year around October, the seas of Odisha on the eastern coast of India witness the arrival of the olive ridley turtles? Traditional fish workers here share these coastal waters with the migratory sea turtles that come to mate and nest on the Odisha shore. All across the waters, the ridleys are seen bobbing above the surface. A few months later, one of nature's most stunning dramas, the Aribada, begins. The sands come alive as thousands of olive ridleys home in to nest on Odisha's beaches. This spectacular mass nesting is unique to the ridley turtles and is called Aribada, meaning arrival in Spanish. More than 100,000 turtles come ashore to nest in Gahirmata and Rushikulya in Odisha, which are the major nesting sites for the olive ridley turtles. A small new mass nesting site has recently been discovered on the Andaman Islands by the Forest Department. In India, sporadic nesting areas with fewer nesting olive ridleys also occur in several coastal areas. Mass nesting also takes place in Central America, mainly Mexico and Costa Rica. There are 5 sea turtles in Indian waters: the leatherback, green, loggerhead, hawksbill and the olive ridley. While the leatherback is the largest sea turtle, the olive ridley is the smallest among them. The olive ridley weighs a bit over 40 kilograms and measures not more than 80 centimeters. Each female lays 100 to 130 eggs, at times going up to 150 eggs. In one season, they may nest 2 to 3 times. Nesting completed, the olive ridleys cover the eggs and pound the sand firm, an act that is fondly called dancing by many ecologists. Olive ridleys, like all sea turtles, return to the same region to nest where they were born. Out in the ocean, adult sea turtles have to survive the trawlers that dot the sea. Turtles are reptiles that need air to breathe, and just like humans, can drown unless they get to come up for air. Trawler nets are long and stay underwater for more than 5 to 6 hours. On many occasions, turtles get trapped and cannot escape the net to come up for air. A turtle excluder device, or TED, has been designed to save turtles from getting stuck in nets, but it is not used by many fishermen. Sometimes, if one is lucky, the mass nesting happens during the day, and one can get a real spectacle of the phenomenon. Often the eggs get dug up by the turtles themselves. Communities working with turtles help in either protecting them on site or taking them to hatcheries. "45 to 50 days after mass nesting, the beach is full of activity again. This time, it's the little olive ridley hatchlings emerging en masse. Each hatchling is not more than 7 centimeters and has yolk reserves that give it the strength to crawl to the sea and swim into the open ocean. Hatchlings only have a few days' worth of energy in their yolk reserves and must swim quickly past the breakers to shelter, such as seaweed rafts, within the ocean. It's a race against time, and they have to overcome several obstacles to reach the sea before their yolk is used up. Sea turtle hatchlings find the sea by orienting to the brighter horizon. Under natural conditions, the seaward side is brighter at night because it is open. Sea turtles are attracted by the distinct difference in luminosity between the open ocean horizon and the darker landward dune or vegetation. This is the reason it is important not to have artificial lights towards the land as the hatchlings get disoriented. By morning, many hatchlings are still trying to reach the sea without light cues. They become easy prey for crows and other predators on land as well as in the sea. The survival rate of a hatchling is 1 in 1,000. The large number of hatchlings born is nature's way of ensuring the survival of this species. All along the Indian coast, there are local community groups, scientists and ecologists working together to protect the olive ridley. Studies are being conducted on their origins, population trends their migratory path, the impact of climate change and conservation. In India, some of the main institutions working on and often collaborating on turtle research are the Indian Institute of Science, Wildlife Institute of India, and Dakshin Foundation, among others. For example, turtle gender is determined by temperature. Higher temperatures produce females and lower temperatures produce males. As part of a long-term monitoring project, the Indian Institute of Science and Dakshin Foundation monitor temperatures in nests and estimate sex ratios to assess the impact of climate change on the population of turtles. Many young people choose to become turtle researchers and contribute towards new findings and more knowledge on these ancient sea creatures. During the mass hatching, communities around Rushikulya, including members of Rushikulya Sea Turtle Protection Committee and other local groups and the Forest Department, get together to help the hatchlings reach the sea. As for now, the current batch of hatchlings have headed to sea. It will be about 10 to 15 years before they mature to return to nest on Odisha's beaches as adult olive ridleys.
Do you know which of the Earth's creatures are among the most ancient? They have been around since the time of the dinosaurs. Let's find out more about them. Leatherback turtles are the world's largest sea turtles. They grow up to 2 meters in length and can weigh as much as 900 kilograms. These ancient creatures trace their evolutionary roots back more than 100 million years, to the time of the dinosaurs. In India, the beaches of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands offer nesting grounds for these unique turtles. A leatherback monitoring camp has been set up at West Bay in Little Andaman Island by India's leading sea turtle biologists Dr. Karthik Shankar and Dr. Naveen Nambudiri, along with young researchers like Adit Swaminathan. Every year between November and February, the team travels to this remote island to monitor the leatherbacks. To be a turtle researcher, or if you want to work with turtle conservation, you have to be prepared to walk long hours on the beach at night, as sea turtles come ashore for nesting mostly at night. Leatherback turtles are very sensitive to disturbance and light, so to monitor the turtles, you can only use red light, which is not visible to them. Even for filming turtles, it is essential to use infrared light. That is why you are seeing these images in black and white. Do you know how you can tell that a leatherback has been on the beach? It leaves a trail wider than that of a tractor. There is much excitement when a turtle is spotted in the darkness. The teams signal each other by blinking the red torchlight and approach the turtle only after she settles down to lay the eggs. Leatherback sea turtles nest at intervals of 2 to 3 years. They nest between 3 to 7 times per season. They usually nest at night, digging wide holes to lay the eggs. Each nest contains an average of 80 to 100 eggs. Eggs incubate for about 60 to 65 days before their hatchlings emerge. A tear gel is secreted from the eyes to remove excess salt. Members of the local Karen community have now been trained to monitor the nesting turtles. They help to spot and tag the turtles, measure them, and count the eggs. The Karen people have become key to the research work being done here. Once the eggs are laid, the turtles cover them skillfully, patiently and powerfully, scooping sand over the nest to cover and protect it. The nesting process takes about 3 hours to complete, before the exhausted turtle can head back to the ocean. Leatherbacks are also one of the deepest divers among breathing marine vertebrates, and dive to the depths of more than 1200 meters or 4200 feet. Their bodies are specially adapted for long and deep dives, and they can remain underwater for long spells, especially while resting. Guided by the Earth's geomagnetic field, the leatherback turtles can navigate and migrate more than 10,000 kilometers across oceans, from feeding to breeding grounds. Ecologists from the Indian Institute of Science, ANET, Dakshin Foundation, and the Andaman Nicobar Forest Department work together to monitor leatherback movement and behavior. Between 2011 and 2014, 10 turtles have been tagged with satellite transmitters at West Bay. Leatherbacks are named after their tough, oil-saturated, rubbery skin, which is strengthened by small bones beneath the skin. Unlike other sea turtles, leatherbacks do not have a hard, bony shell. Ridges along the carapace help give it a more hydrodynamic structure. Most of the tag turtles migrated in a southeastward direction. Some travelled along the coast of Sumatra in Indonesia, and others past Cocos Keeling Island, covering more than 4,000 kilometers, with one reaching the coast of Western Australia. Latest tracks show leatherbacks going southwest as well. One has reached Mozambique. Leatherbacks have the widest global distribution of all reptile species. They can be found in the tropic and temperate waters of the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans, as well as the Mediterranean Sea. Adult leatherbacks also travel as far north as Canada and Norway, and as far south as New Zealand and South America. Tucked away on these remote islands, the leatherback nesting beaches in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands are comparatively well protected. However, even these pristine islands cannot escape the inevitable human footprint. This pollution is a threat to both adult and young turtles. Once prevalent in every ocean except the Arctic and Antarctic, the leatherback population appears to be stable in many parts of the world. But some populations have declined drastically. After 65 days, the hatchlings emerge from the sand. They get their bearings and head out confidently to sea. From each brood, only a few will make it to adulthood. But for now, they're full of life as they head out to start their adventurous journey into the deep.
Do you know the name of the largest hard-shelled sea turtle? Do you know which sea turtle has the most charming eyes? Green sea turtles are the largest of the world's hard-shelled sea turtles. They have the most charming eyes of all sea turtles. They can grow up to 120 centimeters in length and over 250 kilograms in weight. Green sea turtles are flagship species, which means they are among the VIP animals of the marine world, very important to save. They are found all over the world's waters: the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, the Caribbean, Mediterranean Sea, Hawaii and other East Pacific Ocean islands, the Arabian Sea and the Indian Ocean. In India, green sea turtles nest mainly in Gujarat on the west coast, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and in the Lakshadweep Islands, which are located west of India's west coast. Adult turtles like to forage in the lagoons around the Lakshadweep Islands, where they are most visible because of their healthy populations and because of the clear, shallow waters close to coral reefs. Green turtles have a smooth top shell, which is also called a carapace. This top shell can be heart-shaped or almost circular and grows to almost 1 meter in size. Turtles grow slowly and will lay eggs only after they are 20 years old, or in some cases 50 years old. When they are ready to lay their eggs, females can return to natal beaches where they were born. They return every 2 to 5 years. They make their nests on these island beaches. A healthy female will lay between 75 to 150 eggs. The eggs are about 4.5 centimeters in diameter. Close to the cover of dune vegetation, she sweeps the sand back over her nest. When her labors are done, she departs immediately. She will then return to this beach or a nearby beach to lay as many eggs again, up to 5 to 6 times. After 6 to 9 weeks, the hatchlings surface from under the sand. The green sea turtle hatchling is about 2 inches long from the snout to the back edge of its shell, about the size of a small orange. Global climate change can increase the sand temperatures where green sea turtle eggs have to incubate for many weeks. In Tortuguero Beach, Costa Rica, sand that is too hot has resulted in the mortality of green sea turtle hatchlings. Hatchlings will grow up eating small jellyfish and crustaceans, crab-like creatures. As they grow larger and move closer to the shore, they turn into vegetarians, feeding on seagrass and algae only. Adult green turtles use rock bars and coral heads to sleep in at night time. Strong conservation programs have led to the protection of green sea turtles. Dr. Ron Arthur has been studying the ecology of the Lakshadweep Islands for 15 years. In the last few years, he and his team members have focused on the green sea turtles and the beds of seagrass in the island lagoons. Green sea turtles may consume all the seagrass in an area and eventually wipe out the seagrass beds found all around an island. The turtles then move on to the next island to eat up its seagrass. The problem is that seagrass is important for many fish and other animals. When the seagrass beds are gone, all those fish have to move somewhere else. And the fishermen have to go further and further out to catch their food. Rohan, Nachiket Kelkar and their team have been working with fishing communities and bringing their knowledge of ecology to those communities. They hope the knowledge and good dialogues will build towards a better understanding of green sea turtles and other marine fauna. We hope our friends, the green sea turtles, will continue to have homes in Indian waters.
Hi, this is Vijay from Odisha-based environmental organization called Action for Protection of Wild Animals in Apua. We are mainly working in coastal districts of Odisha since the last 21 years, particularly in sea turtle conservation in Odisha coast around 1.5 decades. Every year we are assisting forest department initiative like beach patrolling, beach cleaning, and awareness among fisher folk, and creating awareness among school students, and we are mainly focusing on community conservation initiative. Thank you. Happy Sea Turtle Day.
Is Pradeep Kumar Nath, the founder and president of the Visakha Society for Protection and Care of Animals, based in Visakhapatnam. And we have been working for the sea turtles protection since 1996, and so far we have released around 700,000 babies into the ocean. Our range is about 60 kilometers we have been concentrating on, but parts of Srikakulam areas also we have done some work. Extensive comprehensive program was done for the awareness among all the fishing villages, because we consider awareness as a major tool to reduce all the cruelties against this endangered species, and we have been able to be successfully do this in over a period of 4 years. But now we are in the 25th year, and we have now consciously asked the department to look after this area as well, while we move down south another 70 kilometers to really indulge in the sea turtle protection. Because because we feel that every beach has its own kind of nestings, and for which the surveys are going up. We are happy to be it's a very important sporadic nesting ground, and if we do not come together, we might lose this habitat forever. Because habitat once lost forever never comes back.
Assis Senapati. Basically, I am a freelancer. I am representing Project Swarajya on NGO. We have been working for conservation of sea turtles and protection of livelihood of the traditional fishermen since more than 2 decades. Recently, Odisha High Court took cognizance of one of my report about turtle deaths and passed many favorable orders regarding turtle conservation in Odisha.
Green Habitat is an NGO committed to the conservation of turtles along Chavakat Beach, Kerala, South India. Green Habitat came into existence with the efforts of a handful of teachers, students and interested volunteers from 1998 onwards. Chavakat Beach is the largest nesting sites for olive ridley turtles in Kerala, with most nesting on the 6-kilometer coastline spanning Idakariyur, Panchavadi and Agalad. The nesting season of olive ridley turtles at Chavakat is from November to March. The main threat was the consumption of turtle eggs by the locals, as it was believed that turtle eggs are a cure for conditions such as asthma and piles. Apart from this, jackals and stray dogs dug the nest and predated on the eggs. Volunteers of Green Habitat have been keeping around the clock vigil to see the turtle nesting sites. Once the eggs are laid, they are carefully transplanted to a permanent hatchery created about 100 meters from the high tide mark. Due to the efforts of Green Habitat, now there is no predation. Apart from collecting information and protecting nests, these hatchery sites are also used for education and public awareness programs. After about 45 to 48 days, the eggs hatch. The hatchlings are released into the sea once when they come out of their nest. For all these years, Green Habitat successfully protects turtle nest and ensure the safe release of hatchlings into the sea to date. Green Habitat intends to set up a turtle conservation and research center on Chavakat Beach in the future.
Hi everyone, I am Harish, representing the Student Sea Turtle Conservation Network. We are primarily based in Chennai in Tamil Nadu. And our organization started in 1988-89 by a group of Madras Christian College students, and from then on our group has been a volunteer run organization. And so the primary threats to turtle in our area comes from trawling when it comes to adult turtles, and as far as the hatchlings are concerned, we have coastal development through 14 kilometers, and so these are our primary threats. And as an organization, we basically focus on two issues, mainly conservation and education. As a part of the conservation, we do turtle walks and the hatchery program for a period of 5 months. So basically our volunteers patrol the 14-kilometer stretch, collect the turtle eggs and relocate them in hatcheries. And on weekends we have the public joining us on the walks. They might be family groups, college groups, school groups, or just a group of individuals who join us. And there we have a forum where we discuss about the biology of turtles, and then the threats that the turtle face, and the threats to the environment, and generally any discussion related to the environment. And then we do the turtle walk along with the public. And once the eggs are collected during the hatchling season, again we have the public participating with us, and we release the hatchlings along with the young children, school, again the same group of people. And so we basically work for 5 months a year. And happy World Sea Turtle Day.
નમસ્કાર, હું જિગ્નેશ ગોહિલ, પ્રકૃતિ નેચર ક્લબ કોડીનાર, ગીર સોમનાથ ડિસ્ટ્રિક્ટ, ગુજરાત, વાઇસ પ્રેસિડેન્ટ. અમે છેલ્લા 1997થી અમારી સંસ્થા વેલસાર્ક માછલીના રેસ્ક્યુ, દરિયાઈ કાચબાઓના સંરક્ષણ અને સંવર્ધનની કામગીરી કરી રહી છે, અને ઘણા વર્ષોથી અસંખ્ય કાચબાઓને બચાવવાની કામગીરી કરી છે, તેમજ 500થી પણ વધારે વેલસાર્ક માછલીના રેસ્ક્યુ અમે કરેલા છે. અમારી સંસ્થા કોડીનાર તાલુકાની અંદર ગીર સોમનાથ જિલ્લામાં અને સમગ્ર ગુજરાતના દરિયાકાંઠે વન વિભાગ ગુજરાત રાજ્ય અને ગુજરાત સરકારના બંનેના સંયોજનથી સાથે મળી અને સહિયારી કામગીરી કરી રહ્યા છીએ. અમને આ પ્લેટફોર્મ આપવા માટે અને આંતરરાષ્ટ્રીય અને રાષ્ટ્રીય કક્ષાએ ઓળખ આપવા માટે બેંગ્લોરના દક્ષિણ ફાઉન્ડેશન દ્વારા અમને ગ્રાઉન્ડ લેવલનું વર્ક કરતાં કરતાં એક ઊંચું પ્લેટફોર્મ આપવાનું કાર્ય કર્યું છે, જેમાં મહત્ત્વનો જે ફાળો છે, જે મહત્ત્વની કામગીરી છે, એમાં અમને જે સાથ અને સહકાર મળેલો છે એવા કાર્તિક શંકર સર, મુરલીધરન સર અને નવીન નિંબુર્થી સર, જેણે અમને ખૂબ જ આગળ વધારવા માટે મદદરૂપ થયા છે અને આ સંસ્થાને એક નવો આયામ આપવાનું કાર્ય કર્યું છે. હું ખૂબ ખૂબ આભારી છું આ લોકોનો, દક્ષિણ ફાઉન્ડેશનનો ખૂબ ખૂબ આભારી છું કે જેણે ગ્રાઉન્ડ લેવલની નાની સંસ્થાઓને મોટું કાર્ય કરવા માટે અને એક પ્લેટફોર્મ આપવાનું કાર્ય કર્યું છે. જિગ્નેશ ગોહિલ, ધન્યવાદ.
Hi, I'm Rakesh from FSL India. FSL India is founded in year 2001, and we promote international voluntary service. In 2004, we started sea turtle conservation in Kundapur, and over the years we have spread our project up to 60-kilometer beach, from south of Kundapur up to Baindur. And we run our project through the support of international volunteers, local youth, fishermen, school children, as well as forest department. And we do beach surveys, we do awareness programs in the schools, among the local communities, as well as in harbors. Apart from that, we collect data, and during the nesting season, we protect the nests in the nesting areas. Threats to sea turtle is in this area is of course trawling and the coastal development, and also poaching of the nests. over the years we have been able to establish the local support in protecting the nests, and we are very happy about it. So happy World Sea Turtle Day.
Hi, I'm Michael Peters, Senior Program Coordinator in the Marine Division of WWF India. We work for the conservation of the olive ridley turtles in the mass nesting site at Podampeta of Rishikulya, where we fence the 1 kilometer beach allotted to us by the Forest Department. We also operate hatcheries in the high-density sporadic nesting sites of Devi and Bahuda river mouths. All our activities involve the participation of the fishermen community. Happy World Sea Turtle Day. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sadhvi from WWF India. Our One TED at a Time project aims to reduce the sea turtle bycatch mortality along the coast of Odisha. Through this project, we are trying to implement the turtle excluder devices in the shrimp trawl fisheries, and while engaging with the stakeholders, including trawl operators, owners, and officials, and etc. Happy World Sea Turtle Day. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Good morning, all of you. My name is Ramesh Babu. I am from Vijayanagaram district, Andhra Pradesh, India. Ujwala Welfare Society started in 2010. We are working for sea turtle, coastal development area, and we are working in region of the coastal area of Vijayanagara, Visakha, Srikakulam, and up to Orissa also. So this is our social activities we are doing. We are working for sea turtle conservation and biodiversity. So happy World Sea Turtle Day.